Hello friends, today we discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. In previous lecture we discussed about the alkyl halide, introduction, classification, then nomenclature, then we discuss about the methods of formation of alkyl halides, then we also see the chemical reactions of alkyl halides. Now today we discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Nucleophilic substitution reaction and their mechanism. There are mechanisms. There are two types of nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. First one is SN1 type of reaction mechanism and second one is SN2 type of reaction mechanism. Before we start the SN1 type of reaction mechanism or SN2 type of reaction mechanism, some terminology involved in that reaction mechanism first we will be discussed. That is, first is the reaction. In nucleophilic substitution reaction, then what is meant by reactions? A reaction means a reactant is converted into the product. A reactant is converted into the product in presence of catalyst or in absence of catalyst. It may be called as reaction. Second type is the substitution reaction. Then what is my substitution reaction? Substitution reaction. Then what is meant by that substitution reaction? Substitution reaction means, if for example, if we consider the alkyl halide replaced with OH negative, then that our X group is substituted by OH and X get departed from the reactant and forming the new product, that is ROH. Okay, that means here the X place is substituted by OH in a final product. That means the reaction in which atom or group of atom is substituted by another atom or group of atom, such type of reaction is called as the substitution type of reaction mechanism. That substitution reaction type of mechanism is further divided into three different types. That is nucleophilic substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction and free radical substitution reaction. Friends, today we discuss about the nucleophilic substitution reaction. That means that reaction can get again simplified by the definition, that is reactant is reacted with reagent in presence of catalyst or in absence of catalyst, it forms the product, that is called the reactions. Here the reactant, which is also simplified as a substrate react with reagent to forms the product in presence of catalyst or in absence of catalyst, that is also called the reactions. Okay, but that reagent may be electrophile, may be nucleophile or may be free radical, depending upon the reactant, depending upon the reagent. That reaction is classified into three ways. That is, if we have to take the reagent as a nucleophile, then it is called the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Instead of nucleophile, we take the reagent as an electrophile, then it is electrophilic substitution reaction. Instead of taking that reagent as a free radical, then it is called the free radical substitution reaction. Okay, are you got it? That means nucleophilic substitution reaction, the reaction in which one nucleophile is substituted or replaced by another nucleophile, that reaction is called as the nucleophilic substitution reaction. And what is my mechanism? Mechanism, in just simple definition, mechanism means stepwise construction of product. Stepwise construction of product, that is called the mechanism. Okay, then next point, that is the solvent. Which type of solvent are used in SN1 or SN2 type of reaction mechanism? SN1 or SN2 type of reaction mechanism, which solvent are used in nucleophilic substitution reaction mechanism. There are two types of reaction mechanism, SN1 and SN2 type of reaction mechanism. Here, that means here in just simple way, S stand in both type of reaction mechanism for the substitution, and stand for the nucleophile. Here one stand for the unimolecular reaction and two stand for the bimolecular reaction. Okay, then that means here the reagent is nucleophile and type of reaction is the substitution type of reaction mechanism. Okay, then solvent. There are two types of solvent involved in SN1 and SN2 type of reaction mechanism. That is polar protic solvent and polar non-protic solvent. Polar protic solvent, polar non-protic or aprotic solvent. Okay, that is aprotic solvent. Then which are the polar protic solvent? For example, HOH. Polar protic solvent means the solvent which gives the H positive ions, that is called the polar protic solvent, and those solvent which does not give the proton, that is H positive ions, that is called the aprotic solvent. For example, here the polar protic solvent is water molecule, it gives the H positive ions. Then ROH, it is also one of the solvent. Then acetic acid, it is also one of the polar protic solvent. Okay, then polar aprotic solvent. Polar aprotic solvent. Which are the polar aprotic solvent? Best example is the acetone. Best example is the acetone. By replacing that CH3, C double bond S, that is dimethyl sulfoxide, that is also called as the DMS, dimethyl sulfoxide, or dimethyl formamide, that is, and here CH3, here C double bond O H, that is DMF, dimethyl formamide. Okay, that are the polar aprotic solvent. Or it may also be ether, that is, or you have to also use the ester, COO, CS3. That all are the examples of polar aprotic solvent. Okay, now friends, we move towards the reaction mechanism of SN1 type of reaction mechanism. Again, the main difference between the SN1 and SN2 type of reaction mechanism. SN1 and SN2 type of reaction mechanism. That SN1 type of reaction mechanism is two-step reaction mechanism, and SN1 type of reaction mechanism is one-step type of reaction mechanism. That are the main difference between the SN1 and SN2 type of reaction mechanism. Main difference. Okay, now we move towards the first reaction mechanism, that is SN1 type of reaction mechanism. Here S stand for the substitution, N stand for the nucleophile, and 1 stand for the unimolecular type of reaction mechanism. The best example of hydrolysis of tertiary butyl bromide. Okay, in which that SN1 type of reaction mechanism is two-step type of reaction mechanism. That means in first step there is formation of carbocation. Formation of carbocation, and second step is the formation of product, or it can also be as attack of nucleophile. Formation of carbocation in first step, and second step is the formation of product, or it can also be attack of nucleophile. Okay, in first step what happens in SN1 type of reaction mechanism? The solvent used in SN1 type of reaction mechanism is polar protic solvent is used. instead of that polar protic solvent, if we use the polar aprotic solvent, there is less capacity to forms the carbocation. That means here you must require the solvent as an polar protic solvent. Then what we need to use the polar protic solvent, friends? If we see the substrate, that is tertiary butyl bromide. Here that butyl bromide, that bromide carries the 3 lone pair of electron on it. Lone pair of electron on it. If we use the polar protic solvent, then that hydrogen have a tendency to form the hydrogen bond with the bromine atom. To form the hydrogen bond with the bromine atom, that tertiary butyl bromide gets solvated. At the same time, due to the polar nature of that CBr bond, the bonding electron pair is just shifted towards the bromine atom, and that bromine is the halogen family member. So that's why it is try to pull the electron towards itself to attain the maximum stability by completing its octet. Okay, then when the polar protic solvent get added to the substrate, then it try to pull the bromine atom from that CBr. At the same time, that bromine along with bonding electron pair get departed from the substrate and forming the CH3, CH3, here CH3 positive plus Br negative. That is the tertiary carbocation is formed. And tertiary carbocation is more stable as compared to secondary, as compared to primary. Here the first step, in which actual mechanism what happens, due to the presence of polar protic solvent, that bromine atom gets solvated and trying to pull from the substrate and forming the transition state, that is CH3, CH3, here CH3, here bromine, that forms the transition state, and that state is a slow state, and that's why it is rate determining state. Slow step and rate determining state. Here the carbon, here CH3, here one CH3, and here third CH3, that bond gets start to break. That bromine atom acquires delta negative charge and carbon atom acquires the delta positive charge. That is the transition state first, and finally that is first state is occurs, and finally it forms the carbocation, that is tertiary carbocation, like that CH3C positive plus Br negative. Okay, that is the first step product, that is formation of carbocation. Formation of carbocation. In second step, what happens? The carbocation form, that is second step, attack of nucleophile. Attack of nucleophile or formation of product. Here the tertiary carbocation, that is carbon CH3, here CH3, carbon atom carries the positive charge, plus the reagent, that is nucleophile, that is OH negative, that get attacked on the carbon atom from front side or from the back side, because that carbocation are in sp2 state of hybridization. That means its geometry is trigonal planar, and p orbital is present perpendicular to that plane, that is maybe that lone pair of electron of nucleophile donated to the p orbital from above the plane or from below the plane. And finally, it forms the transition state second, where CH3 carbon here, CH3 here, CH3, the bond between carbon and hydroxyl is start to form, and finally that gets converted into the main product, that is CH3C, CH3 here, CH3 here, OH. That is the final product get obtained. Okay, are you got it? That is the SN1 type of reaction mechanism. It is SN1 type of reaction mechanism. Okay, then here the transition state energy profile diagram, that is energy, potential energy versus rate of reaction. Here the reaction is start at that point. Here the first transition state where the carbon and Br bonds start to break. Okay, finally get breaks and it is instantly reacted with product and forming the more stable product, because it is tertiary alcohol. Okay, tertiary alcohol is also the stable product. It is transition state first, second, and it is transition state first. Are you got it? That is the energy profile diagram. Okay, now we discuss about the second point, that is SN2 type of reaction mechanism. SN2 type of reaction mechanism is one step type of reaction mechanism in which the reactant and the substrate and reagent simultaneously breaking the bond and forming the bond is occur in case of SN2 type of reaction mechanism. Here also the same, S stand for substitution, N stand for nucleophile, and 2 stand for bimolecular type of reaction mechanism. Okay, here the best example of that SN2 type of reaction mechanism is hydrolysis of by aqueous NaOH of methyl bromide to form the methyl alcohol plus NaBr. Okay, then what is the reaction mechanism? It is only one step type of reaction mechanism. Okay, here carbon, here hydrogen, here hydrogen, here hydrogen, and that is the Br. Okay, here the bond formed between the carbon and bromine is slightly shifted towards the bromine atom. Here the polar aprotic solvent is used. Polar aprotic solvent is used, and the nucleophile is OH negative. When it is tried to attack from the front side, it is not possible, because the bromine atom carries 3 lone pair of electrons that get repel the incoming nucleophile. So that's why the nucleophile attack from the back side of that CBr bond. That means the electron density on that carbon atom goes on increasing. It is slow state and it is a rate determining state. Slow step and rate determining state. The transition state will occur where the OH is trying to form the bond with carbon atom. At the same time, the bond between carbon and bromine is start to break. That means OH negative, hydroxyl acquires delta negative charge, bromine atom acquires delta negative charge, and carbon atom acquires delta positive charge. Here one hydrogen, here hydrogen, and here also hydrogen. Because this structure is look like as an umbrella, inverted umbrella shape, like that. Okay, just a minute. I will see you like that. Okay, and here the bromine atom, that is bromine atom. Here one hydrogen, here one hydrogen, here one when the nucleophile is coming from the front side, then that nucleophile bromine is repelling that nucleophile, so that's why it is try to attack from the back side. That oxygen atom also carries the 2 lone pair of electrons, so that's why the structure get changes like that. Okay, state, and that hydroxyl ions is attacked from the back side and forming the transition state in which the carbon atom is look like as an pentavalent. It is that transition state is completely hypothetical state. Transition state is completely hypothetical state. Okay, and that transition state, which is very unstable, to attain the stability, that get converted in a fraction of second. That step is fast step, and here the OH and carbon bond is completely formed, and carbon and Br bond is completely break and forming the structure. Here OH, here carbon, here hydrogen, here hydrogen, here hydrogen, plus Br negative. Okay, that is the final product. Are you got it that? Then the rate of reaction depends upon here the two substrate, that is OH negative and substrate, that is methyl bromide. That means the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant. On reactant side there is presence of methyl bromide and OH negative. Here the two molecules is there, so that's why it is bimolecular type of reaction mechanism. And if we consider the energy profile diagram, then it is started here and it is formed one transition state, that is transition state first. Here the reactant and here the product. Okay, that is the SN2 type of reaction mechanism and SN1 type of reaction mechanism. Okay friends, okay. Today we stop here. Remaining part of that portion, that is I think alkyl halide is completed here. Okay, in next period we will start at the trihalogen derivative, that is next part of that unit. Okay, we discuss in a next lecture. Okay, thank you.